Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to another video. Today we're looking at the 10 fastest rage quits in the bronze ranks for Rocket League 1v1. But it's going to be a little bit different from the Supersonic Legend and the Platinum editions of this video. In the SSL and Plat videos, we pretty much just tried to get inside the minds of the players who are leaving early and figure out why it is they're leaving the games early. But in this episode for bronze, we're going to be like explaining things that just little things that could be changed that would make the game far easier to play, because as you'll see, a lot of the reasons why the bronze players are leaving games is because they're being frustrated by something that they could actually change by making small adaptations in how they play the game. So first entry here coming in with a 74-second rage quit is Landruski. So Landruski hasn't turned on ball cam at all this game, and as you can see, his vision is severely limited because of that. He can't see where his opponent is a lot of the time, he can't see where the ball is a lot of the time, and this is actually something that I've seen a lot of new players in Rocket League do. Oh, look at this though. Oh, a sneaky little just fake kickoff on the diagonal spawn. That's pretty interesting. Most fake kickoffs will be on the straight spawn at this level. Into a bounce dribble, which is extremely difficult. Very, very high level stuff attempted here by Landruski. Doesn't pull it off, and he doesn't have the power slide turn either. So he is already down by 3 with 59 seconds gone. But like I said earlier, a lot of players... Oh, he's just AFK, isn't he? Yeah, he's just AFK. So this is a 74-second replay because after 15 seconds of not doing anything, you do DC. So it could have been 59. It's actually 74, as you can see on the timeline here. But yeah, Landruski and anyone else who's new to Rocket League and you're not using ball cam, you gotta use ball cam. It's gonna make you so much of a better player, and you'll also be improving a lot more quickly. Maybe initially when you start using ball cam, you're gonna decline a little bit in skill, but you'll easily get all that skill back and way more by using ball cam. There are a few situations where you don't. We saw there dribbling. That's one of the situations where turning ball cam off can be helpful. Others are when you're going for bumps, demos, or boost grabs. But for the most part, start using ball cam is going to make you a far better player. In the meantime, though, Landruski taking down the 10th place with a auto leave after 15 seconds of AFK. He'd had enough. 74-second leave game here. Yeah, just like enough is enough. Probably back into 2s or 3s. And coming in at number 9, we have Tobeb versus Untouched. And even if we had counted the previous entry there from Landruski as a 59-second rage quit, because he did stop moving after 59 seconds, even though the game leave didn't come till 15 seconds later, this one would still have beaten it. We're looking at a 49-second game here with Tobeb on the losing side of it. So couple of bad landings by both players, but so far a pretty even game. Oh, Tobeb is trying to bait the shot and then save it when the opponent commits to it. Unfortunately, he forgets how close his goal is and gets scored on. Okay, kickoff goes the opponent's way, and check out that for a shot. I mean, you just got to say well played to that one. That's a great finish coming out from the opponent on the kickoff goal. You know, based on the mechanical ability that we've seen so far, definitely it's okay to assume that they're going to miss that, but hey, that's a pop-off play right there. He's managed to absolutely nail the shot. It happens. So a bit of a panic in our own half, but we had, take control of the ball well, get it past the opponent, and now into the offensive corner for the center. But what? He's decided to stop, and that is the game. Oh my! I mean, when I knew this is 49 seconds, so I assumed was going to happen is that he's going to hit the post or something in this open net, but he's actually just not even gone for anything at all, which makes me think that this might be a dinner's ready kind of situation. He's ready to continue playing center ball. Let's get into offense. But nah, mom's called, dinner's ready. We've got to go. Maybe Tobeb's in the comments. You can explain what on earth is going on here. Either way, takes 9th place in today's video. And coming in at number 8 is Ace 2 times. He's against Sorrow, and he's playing in a Dominus. We already know we're going to see some floppy nonsense about to happen. So, scenic route back to the kickoff, something that we're probably going to see a lot of today. After losing a kickoff, just like take the scenic route. Oh my days, what on earth is going on here? So, we talked a little bit earlier about one of the things that Landruski was doing. He's using no ball cam, and that can be very easily fixed, and it'll drastically improve your Rocket League gameplay. We're already seeing another very blatant but common misplay in the lower ranks from Ace 2 times here. And if he switches it, I'm sure he would become a more accurate and more precise player. And if you guys can't guess what it is, it's the time window between his jump and his dodge into the ball. You saw it in the first goal that he conceded, where he just completely missed a challenge. You saw it in the second kickoff, where he was very barely getting a contact with the ball after jumping too early. And now, just to add insult to injury, he's been bumped, and that is just GG. He's out of here. I didn't pause this. He's done. Yeah, he tried to go for a bump, and he gets bumped. Oh. Yeah, I feel your pain on that one. That's really awkward when you try and bump the opponent and they clap you, or at least I think that's what he was trying to do. It looked like he was going for a bump, and then the opponent was just going a bit slower than he thought, so he's done. 2-0, we're out here. But still, this for me is the key. You want to try and reduce, look at the distance here that we're jumping away from the ball. You want to get close to the ball, jump, and then dodge pretty much immediately afterwards for kickoffs, low 50-50s, you know, shots, ground shots. But I have seen this quite a lot. The commitment to jumping and then dodging at a far later time. It does seem intuitive when you start playing the game sometimes. But I can tell you, 100%, you don't want to do that. So that would be my number one tip to ace 2 times. Apart from obviously switching from the Dominus. I don't know what on earth you're doing in this car, but that might just be my personal preference talking. Either way, congrats on number 8. All right, let's get into number 7. We have Skeleton Wing against TG Umbreon. And on the kickoff, TG Umbreon saves it net, and Skeleton Wing sees it. He goes for the goal immediately, and he's 1-0 up. So as you guys might have noticed in these videos, we go in the POV of the player who will eventually rage quit. So what is going on here? We've countered this single strategy pretty well. Oh, what a save. TG Umbreon gets the second one, though. So what goes wrong here? You know, we're actually playing okay in this position. We've got the boost. We've got full ball control. Oh, but we dodged the wrong way. No. Right. Still salvageable. Okay, still salvageable. Oh, okay, it's no longer salvageable. Skeleton Wing has conceded after, I think, 4 straight whiffs. Not ideal. Obviously, the first whiff, don't really need me to tell you that you don't have to do that. Oh, buddy, you got to defend your net. No, you don't go for boost steals here. Oh, that is just painful. And just like that, he's losing a game where he really did not have to be losing, and he's out of the game. In fact, he's gone. You guys don't need me to show the overlay at the bottom to know that he's gone from this one. But wow, what a game. I mean, we actually had a good example of what to do against this strategy, which I believe is what's tilting him out of this game. It looks like Skeleton Wing didn't want to play against TG Umbreon when TG Umbreon is just sitting in net on every kickoff. But he showed us in the first 1 second of the game exactly what to do against it. And that is just to hit the ball, just chip it, don't jump, just hit it straight into the high part of the net. And you can tell that they're sitting in goal and kickoff because you look at the nameplate. You see that nameplate? It's not getting bigger. The nameplate is just staying exactly where it is. It's a tiny, tiny little nameplate in the distance. You know, if he was coming towards you, the nameplate would be getting a lot bigger. You see the nameplate moving. So that's the clue there. It looks like Skeleton Wing could see that, so well played on that front. Yeah, he just didn't know how to counter this defensive play. Once it got into midfield play, it happens. Bit of a tilter, but at least 7th place in the fastest rage quit contest. And coming in at number 6, we have Yogi the Dog 959 against Lance Dance. And talking about weird kickoffs, we have had a no dodge kickoff, and we've won it. So it does happen in the lower ranks. You know, sometimes you have an unconventional kickoff and it works, and you think, okay, it's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that you want to be dodging into the ball on kickoff, and it's the best way to practice improving your kickoff. But anyway, let's see how Yogi the Dog plays this situation. He tries to get the ball across his own net. It is possible, but he took a bit too long. Lansdowne saw it coming, slotted it in at the back post. Now, the safer play there is to try and keep it in the corner because it can't be scored from there. But, you know, sometimes it's better to go across. Oh, no. Oh, Yogi the Dog, he went for the bump, but he's bumped his opponent into the boost, and he's out of here. Oh, dear. Oh, we have to see an instant replay of that one. He tries to bump his opponent, but he just bumped him into the boost. And then with the boost, our opponents managed to score. So, yeah, that's pretty annoying when you're trying to make a physical play and it backfires. But, you know, apart from that, I mean, there's really not a lot you can do about that one. Because that's just a bit unfortunate. But yeah, you definitely want to be like dodging into the middle of the ball and kick up. Also, dodging on the way to the ball is a great way to just increase your own success rate from the center circle, while also practicing your dodging mechanics, both as a traveling mechanic, as a speed up mechanic, and also as a contact with the ball mechanic. So you want to get good at that. Those are things that not only are going to make you better at kickoffs, they're going to make you better at other aspects of the game as well. Can't recommend them enough. So let's get into number 5. It's a player whose name is a bunch of boxes against Iron Nose. So both players dodge a bit too low into the ball there, and the ball kind of pops up over them, and they end up underneath it. But looks like Boxes has got the better side of the ball here, and he's going to get a goal if he plays it right. Well done on the finish. Not a lot of boost to work with there, but he used dodges to catch up, get the ball moving, and then to get the finish for 1-0. We don't have a lot of time to work with here. What goes wrong in the little time we have remaining for this to be a leave game? Well, already, kickoff goal for the opposition. We're seeing again, both players are kind of dodging into the lower end of the ball, and the ball is obviously a lot bigger than a Rocket League car. Oh, but actually, wow. So we're just going to get a leave game, and it's, I think, another one of these dinner's ready situations. We saw one of these earlier. So Boxes is just going to quit with 19 seconds to go, and that is going to get him 5th place in the list. But I don't think this, I mean, it's possible that this is a rage quit because he did just concede a kickoff goal. I don't know about you guys though. He looked like he might be ready to keep playing, and then he's like, wait, nah, I can't, I gotta go. So yeah, just because there's a little bit of motion there, not just an instant rage quit on the kickoff goal, I would guess that is actually, there's more to this than meets the eye. Maybe our friend Boxes here can tell us in the comments if anybody knows him. Maybe you can enlighten us. But yeah, let's just, for information, let's go back. Actually, I think the first goal of the game was probably a clearer example of this. I'm going to pause this just in case anybody watching is not aware of just how big the ball is next to Rocket League cars. So the ball looks pretty small when you're playing Rocket League and you're just driving around far away from the ball, but the ball's actually gigantic. So when he dodges here, he actually hits the bottom of the ball. Remember earlier I said you got to hit the middle of the ball? I don't just mean the middle from a left-right perspective. I also mean the middle vertically. So you've got to basically hit that big circle right there. That's what you're aiming for. Although sometimes you don't have a circle on your side of the ball. It only applies sometimes. It depends which way the ball is facing. So yeah, you just got to try and imagine that you're hitting the very center of a dartboard. If the ball was 2D, that's where you want to dodge into, because if you end up like hitting it too low, like is what happens here, both players actually kind of hit the bottom. You can see the impact points are definitely in the bottom of the ball there, and it just wedges up between them. Yeah, it's a bit awkward with these landings. Yeah, that wouldn't happen if either one of our players here. Look at that, a little bit of a freestyle kind of nose catch going on here. Very high level stuff from Boxes. Would love to see more of that. But yeah, that's basically, I just wanted to really quickly show that as a visual for anybody who needs to see exactly what it is I'm talking about in kickoffs. Alright, it's time to go all the way from 5th place to 2nd place. We've got a 3-way tie for 2nd place here, starting off with McSlacker against Waffle Tax on a Tuesday. So again, scenic route back to net after losing a kickoff. And also another recurring theme here, the opponent is sitting in the goal on the kickoff. So McSlacker didn't see it coming. Unlike, I think it was Skeleton Wing earlier in the video, he was unable to identify that his opponent was in the net. He didn't look close enough at that nameplate, and he immediately got scored on because of it. So 2-0 down already. The opponent actually did go for the last kickoff. Nice mix-up by the opponent. Well played. And once again, now he's staying in net. So complete change-up again. And he's scoring with one touch pretty much. I don't think he didn't even need another one. So his 17 seconds gone. McSlacker is done with this game. He's had enough, and it happens. I think this will be quite a common theme in the bronze. You just run into a player who's sitting in net on some of the kickoffs. You think, nah, can't be bothered. But like I said earlier, it's all about just seeing if you got to keep an eye on that nameplate. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything funny with your camera. If you've got really weird camera settings, maybe you're not going to be able to see. But yeah, just use normal camera settings. Look at the nameplate, and you should be fine. Just chip it straight at him. And well, would you look who it is? It's McSlacker again. That's right. He is tied with himself for 2nd equal here in this list. McSlacker back in Rocket League. Another scenic route back to the goal. Instead of defending the net, he's taking all the boosts, and his opponent has scored while he's on his retreat. Whoa, okay. McSlacker loses to the stay in goal strategy. He leaves a game because of it. Now he's doing it himself, and he gets scored on. Oh, this is just the worst possible outcome. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, these replays are in chronological order. The first one was dated before this one. So clearly what has happened is McSlacker is, he was, you know, too tilted by that single strategy, so he left that game, but then he's using it himself, which is really smart, actually. If something tilts you in a game, you doing it to the opponent is probably going to tilt them as well. So good thinking, but it did not work out. We have to take another look at it, actually, because I believe Cool Gamer has also done the same thing. Let's see this. So the kickoff, this is 1-0. He has, they both stayed in goal. I know he flies in for a chip shot. I mean, I've never seen that before, but it seemed to work pretty well. So an unfortunate outcome there for McSlacker, who has got another 17-second lead. He seems to leave a lot of games at 17 seconds. Somebody needs to get this guy some help, but he does get 2 second place entries to the fastest rage quits, at least. But, you know, we pretty much covered that everything there is to talk about with that kickoff. It's all about spying on the nameplate. You can do it. I believe in you, McSlacker. And if you are gonna sit in net, it's you know, if you insist on doing it, the best way of faking that you're or making it hard for your opponent to know you're in there is by just doing a tiny little jump, like right at the time you would be flipping towards the ball. You do a little jump. It makes your nameplate move. It makes the opponent sometimes think that you're coming towards the ball, and you can you might be able to trick them more often. But to be honest, I wouldn't recommend the stay in goal strategy. I don't think it's particularly good. Definitely doesn't get better as a rank get higher. It's a strategy that deteriorates in value as you climb the ranks, and then maybe comes back into viability at the absolute highest ranks in Rocket League. Possibly. That's even, you know, that's debatable. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to do it, that's the trick. The little jump on the spot trick is probably the only way you can make it more convincing. But yeah, good luck, McSlacker. I'm rooting for you, man. That's rough. That's a rough couple games there. So, also tied at number 2 is Snake Milk, and Iron Nose is back again. We've got another repeat player, except he's got a repeat win. So, I'm going to say it again, recurring theme. We've got a scenic route back to the net after losing the kickoff. Could have been a kickoff goal for the opponent. Actually, Iron Nose is merciful. He's decided to leave it. And Snake Milk is going to take it on from the other angle. So, 50-50 for the net. Oh, it's just going to be no 50-50, and he's out of here. So, I mean, I think this is probably a legit rage quit from from Snake Milk here. But wow, he's got a very like low tolerance for things going wrong. It's like one, I mean, I guess he drove past the ball twice by mistake this game. Once in the corner and then once in the box, and he's just had enough. So fair enough, you know, it's a hard game out there. But if I was to guess, I think what we're looking at here is a keyboard and mouse player, because these turns look quite rigid. They look like quite set amounts of turning. And this is something that when I started playing, I also played KBM. I had problems with this, but my controller friends didn't. And that's because you can partially turn with a controller. You can do small turns. On a keyboard and mouse, you can do small turns, but you have to tap the turning button really fast. You tap A and D very quickly if you want to do little sharp turns like that. So it's just a little bit harder to learn that muscle memory, I would say, than it is for controller players. Keyboard and mouse players, when you're learning, you tend to just fat finger you hit the A and D a bit too much and you oversteer. But you can stick KBM, it's viable, it's fine. It takes a bit longer to learn, I'd say, so if you want the easier beginner peripheral, I would say controller all the way. But if you like the feel of KBM, which is the reason I stuck with it from the very beginning, then yeah, it's perfectly fine. There are pro KBM players who can do pretty much anything that a controller player can do. There really is not much of a difference. So it takes longer to learn, but you can do it. Just got to work on those little taps for the smaller turns. We're not always oversteering. And that brings us to our winner of the fastest rage quit in bronze, and it's Volvo Mafia against Art. So it looks like he forgot to press boost on the first kickoff here, didn't get there fast enough, and he's already down by 1 in 2 seconds. So not the best start. You want to be boosting the kickoff. You also want to be flipping the kickoff. Oh my goodness, what is the opponent done? They've done the same thing, and we've got a synchronized celebration. Well, let's get an instant replay of this one from the opponent's POV. What is going on here? So the opponent doesn't even move on the kickoff. Never mind not dodging. And there it is, the synergy, the kickoff goal celebration from these two. What a game. 1-1 in 4 seconds. Surely not another kickoff goal. Okay, both of them hit it. Another one of these single jump kickoffs where players kind of bounce off the ball. And we've got an open net. No! The air roll instead of the flip. Oh, and he's going to get scored on here. Unfortunate for Volvo Mafia. And yep, he calls it, as you can probably guess, because the time's ticking down. Our winner today with a 15-second rage quit is Volvo Mafia. But you know, I'll say it one more time. If you want to improve your chances of winning kickoffs in Rocket League 1v1, dodge on, and just in general becoming a better Rocket League player, flip on the way to the ball. You don't need to do any of these fancy flips you see pro players and high level players doing, all these diagonal flips and side flips and speed flips. All you need to do is front flip on your way to the ball. You boost and then you front flip, and then when you get to around about here, you jump up and you flip into the ball. So actually, Art's here, almost, he got a pretty good hit on it. This is pretty much, he's almost in the very middle of the ball, so this is good. Now if he'd flipped into this ball, he would have destroyed this kickoff. He would have dominated it as is, because he didn't flip. And both players do this kind of I mean, this is like modern art is what this is. This whole game is just modern art, to be honest. I mean, we have this, we also have, like, I think there is definitely another modern art moment here where both players are, I don't know what exactly they're pointing at, but yeah, I mean, this game is just pure art in its most advanced form. So if you don't understand, you just need to go to more modern art museums, I guess, because I've seen plenty of stuff like this in modern art museums. Like, okay, not entirely not entirely sure that's art, but I guess it works. But yeah, really simple solution here. Flip on the way to the ball, flip into the middle of the ball. That is it. And you know, there's a lot more to kickoffs than that, but when you're learning, that's all you really want to focus on. And it'll also help you just get better at flipping to get to move around the field faster and more efficiently. And also, it'll help you with your flipping into the ball for shots, 50-50s, and just in general hitting the ball, whether it's a clear or a pass, whatever it is you're doing. It's definitely the kickoff you want to be practicing. Like a lot of things I've mentioned in this video, it'll probably be a struggle initially. Just like if you're a no ball cam player and now you turn on ball cam, you're going to struggle initially. If you're someone who just drives into the ball and jumps once on kickoff and now you're trying to flip once and flip again, it's going to be hard. But the results will be worth it. It's something that any Rocket League player can do with this just a little bit of practice and muscle memory. So just stick to it, and you'll get the job done. Now, I want to say one more thing before we call it for today's video, and that is that there will be no toleration of comments making fun of the level of ability on display here. I want to just say with clarity, I was comfortably, when I started playing Rocket League, comfortably worse than every single player that we've seen today by a fair margin. I couldn't even drive into the ball. It was awful. And when you start playing Rocket League, as I'm sure every one of you who is a Rocket League player will know, you don't get any head starts unless you played SARP, the original game. There's pretty much no crossover between Rocket League and other games. It is brand new. The muscle memory is brand new. Everything about it is unlike any other game in the world. So even if you are a gamer, it's a super difficult game to pick up. But everybody in this video and everybody else who's new to the game, is new to Rocket League, stick at it. Honestly, some of the most fun I ever had playing the game was when I was in bronze, when I was just messing about with my friends. None of us knew how to aerial. None of us knew how to drive on a wall. We didn't even know you could drive on the ceiling. It was just basic, and everybody's missing open nets, missing the ball, missing saves, having a phenomenal time. So keep at it. Have a ton of fun. Enjoy it while it lasts, because honestly, like I said, some of the most fun I ever had playing the game was back in those days. And obviously, once you improve, you can't do that anymore. It just becomes a sweat fest of trying to get better and better, and everybody around you is also improving. But honestly, that's fun as well. It's all a good time. So yeah, awesome to see players still getting into the game, even so long after its release. And yeah, I'm just saying, all I have is good memories of my times back in the day, like that. So yeah, hopefully you guys do as well. All of you grand plats and grand champs and whatever it is you are in the comments. Yeah, hopefully you have good memories from being in the lower ranks as well. And to everybody who's in the lower rank, just enjoy it. Don't worry about improving too fast. Just have some fun. The best way to improve is just to play. Try and just watch players tutorials who are good, and that are good, and just make small improvements. Just put in the time and have some fun, and the skill will come. But yeah, that's all we got time for today. Just wanted to very quickly mention that, because that's not at all why I'm making these videos. We have a good laugh at all misplays in Rocket League, high level and low, especially my own. So it's all in good fun. And congrats to Volvo Mafia on being today's winner for the most artistic and fastest leave in the bronze ranks for RL 1v1. Congrats to all our competitors today, putting in some insane work for the content world. Really appreciate them. And for all of you guys, thank you all for watching as well. Hopefully, this is this was as enjoyable for you guys as the SSL and Platinum editions. And yeah, that's all we got time for today, guys. So yeah, take care. I'll see you in the next one.